All right, folks, round two. Just filmed this whole thing, 22 minutes, and realized that the sound wasn't working. So let's hope it works this time. All right, so we're back with our third real estate market update for Halifax, this time January 2022. Yeah, let's dive into her. Okay. All right, so what I did this time is I took out a little bit of the filler in terms of some of the extra stats throughout the slides. It'll be a little quicker this time, which is good. Try to get to the meat of the issue here and give you the information that's most valuable to you. Again, at the end of the day, if you want more information on a particular neighborhood or whatever, feel free to reach out to me. My information is below. But yeah, this is just kind of, again, a slideshow that you can skip to the individual neighborhoods you're interested in. You're going to see we had quite a bit of an uptick in terms of interest or buyers in the market. But at the same time, we also had a decrease in supply. January was a little bit slow compared to previous years. So with both of those factors coming into play, you're going to see a little bit difference in bit of a difference in terms of the stats. So starting off, this is the Halifax area. Average list price $460,612 and average sale price $495,077. Average list price to sale price percentage was just about 107.48%. About. Yeah, it doesn't get much more detailed than that. Okay, so this again is from Paragon, which kind of is the more provincial and regional data that I pull from. And then for the individual neighborhoods, I pull from the NSAR, Nova Scotia Association of Realtors site, because I can map out the individual neighborhoods and give you data based on those. All right, so first up, we got Bedford. Again, I'll leave this up here for a second for you. See where those boundaries are. Total sales days on market, 19 and 5. Showings per listing and new listings, 26 and 28 respectively. So you're going to see throughout the slideshow, the showings per listings is quite high. And on some of these slides, the sale price to list price percentage is also quite high. So when we look at the sale price to list price percentage, 111.1%, that was a little bit above average in terms of the region, but a little bit lower than a couple of these other neighborhoods. So stay tuned for that. Single family monthly comparison, $716,750 versus $756,250. Again, the first number from December on average, and the second number is the January's average. Condo monthly market comparison, $394,550 and $461,900. Moving on to Clayton Park, a little bit of a dip this month in terms of new listings and whatnot. Total sales and days on market, 15 and 5 respectively. Showings per listings and new listings, 26.9 and 18. Sale price to list price percentage, 108.9%. Pretty healthy relative to some of these other neighborhoods. Single family monthly comparison, $541,500 and $685,500. Clayton Park's a bit of a weird one where you've got so many unique builds there. Some of them are going to be updated, some of them won't be. Price is going to reflect that. It's not like the same house is going for another 140 grand over what it was in December. Just different inventory that was available during that month. Condo monthly comparison, $353,500 and $360,800. Moving on to Cole Harbour. I'll leave that up there so you can kind of take stock for what is what. Total sales and days on market, 14 and 5 respectively. Showings per listings and new listings, 34.3 and 19. 34.3, that's a pretty crazy number, right? Well, that's what happens when we have low inventory and a mixture of people who are really getting desperate and shopping around as much as possible, and an influx of new buyers where it's the new year. They're looking to get involved in the housing market. They want to, go and see these places. So that's what we're seeing there. Now, this next number, sale price to list price percentage, 128.1%. That is crazy. No way to kind of beat around that bush. This could be from a multitude of factors. Obviously, increased competition. increased desperation, but also there's very high likelihood that some houses here were priced a little bit too far below what they should have been priced at. And you're going to get the numbers that reflect this, right? So this is not going to say that, you know, every single house in Cole Harbour is going for 130% over ask. But again, it's important to talk to your realtor, see what they think about this, see if this is the new standard or whatnot. I would say that it's a mixture of low inventory, new buyers, and again, an increased sense of desperation, but also some houses that were priced a little bit too low. Single family monthly comparison, $389,573 versus $477,650. Okay, so Dartmouth. So as you can see, we got the ring road there, just kind of like downtown Dartmouth, and then heading out towards Cole Harbour, looping around Burnside, which obviously there's not a ton of houses for sale over there, but figured I'd include it anyways. Total sales and days on market, 31 and 5. Showings per listing and new listing, 30 and 34, which is pretty good, right? We've got more listings than showings on average, which is a good sign that hopefully some of these prices will start to, some of the over asking percentages, I should say, will start to come down. Sale price to list price percentage, 114.5%. Single family monthly comparison, $440,000 versus $436,500. Condo monthly comparison, $416,900 versus $307,500. This obviously in Dartmouth, you've got a big range of condos. So it's again, vice versa of what we saw a slide or two before. There's some newer condos and some older condos that are going to sell, and the price is going to reflect that. Moving into downtown, a condo specific area. I leave out Schmidtville, which is the area just below Spring Garden. There's a couple blocks there you can kind of see right here. I don't know if you can actually see my mouse, but there is some residential here, but there's hardly anything for sale, so I tend to just leave it out. Total sales and days on market, 9 and 15. Showings per listing and new listing, 4.8 and 8. Sale price to list price percentage, 103.2%. Again, these are some higher priced items, so you're not going to see those drastic over asking percentages just because the money amounts don't really add up the same way. Condo monthly comparison, $600,500 and $770,000. Again, something that I said previously about Cole Harbour and whatnot. When you have a showings per listing of 4.8, maybe 1 or 2 people are going to put in an offer. So the competition anxiety isn't going to drive those prices as high as some of these areas where maybe you're getting 20 offers, right? So that's going to also affect the over ask percentage. Okay, Eastern Passage in Cow Bay. Another beautiful area, especially in the summer. It's phenomenal out there. Beaches, open ocean, nice drives. Total sales and days on market, 6 and 4. Showing per listing and new listing, 21.7 and 14. Sale price to list price percentage, here's a honker, 121.8%. That is quite high as well. Single family monthly comparison, $370,500 versus $356,050. A lot of the houses out here built quite similarly. Cow Bay, it's a little different. There's obviously some pretty unique, some very high priced homes out there, but a lot of split entries. So here, not sure what happened. I know in December, I was going on showings to a couple houses that have been flipped. So you're going to get a higher price point for those than you would on a carbon copy of a house that has not had the latest and greatest updates. Enfield and Lance, kind of out by the airport here. This is a pretty attractive neighborhood if you're all right with a bit of a drive, right? Not too far, about half an hour, 35 minutes. Total sales and days on market, 10 and 10. Showing per listing and new listing, 7.9 and 6. Sale price to list price percentage, here's a good point, 103.3%. So that's pretty healthy, right? Single family monthly comparison, $430,000 versus $477,450. Fairmount, not usually a lot of activity here. Total sales and days on market, only 1 and 4. Showing per listing and new listing, 17 and 2. So again, not too much more inventory coming on there. It's a smaller area, right? Sale price to list price percentage, 111.4%. Single family monthly comparison, $872,500 versus $601,500. This neighborhood on the rails to trail side, so towards the arm, you're going to get a lot of bigger, newer builds. These are going to be naturally priced higher. And on the other side of the neighborhood, and then kind of down around the bottom, you're going to have some of the older houses. Still beautiful. A lot of them have attached garages and whatnot, but you're going to obviously pay a little bit less if the house isn't as new, big, updates, all that stuff. Fairview. So again, very close to Peninsula. Total sales and days on market 4 and 3 respectively. Showings per listing and new listing 31.2 and 6. That's a lot of showings per listing. There was one listing there that was priced way too low, and they had a ton of offers on it. You're going to run into this every now and then, right? Those are the outliers, they're not the norm. Sale price to list price percentage 122.4%. Single family monthly comparison 715,000 versus 450,000. Fairview, again, quite a bit of diversity in terms of the quality of homes. Up at the top, Fairview, you got some nice updated homes, even a couple of, I think, tear downs into new builds, and then some flips as well, right? So those are going to be priced higher than some of the stuff down the hill. Fall River, beautiful area, lakes, kind of, you know, you're able to access all kinds of the outdoors basically out there, whether it's trails, you know, swimming in the lakes, skating on the lakes, and you're still pretty close to the city. Total sales and days on market 1 and 7. Showings per listing and new listing 21.3 and 5 respectively. Sale price to list price percentage, a healthy 103. Sale single family monthly comparison 488,795 and 875,000. So with Fall River, lake frontage homes are obviously going to go for more than houses that are not on the lake, and the price ranges are going to vary pretty greatly depending on that. Hammonds, Plains, and Lucasville. So I'll leave this up for a second because I know a lot of people have different perspectives of what is what, but this is the Google Maps version. So total sales, days on market 12 and 12. Showings per listing and new listings 26.3 and 12. Sale price to list price percentage 106%, right? So these are healthier neighborhoods if you're, again, a little bit on the outside, obviously, some of these, but you're still pretty close, right? You're about a 25-minute drive to the city, a little bit more land, outdoors, lakes, all that good stuff that comes with living in Halifax and having access to all these awesome assets, basically within a half-hour drive. The single family monthly comparison is $588,450 versus $642,450. North End Halifax, again, towards the 111 there, or the McKay Bridge, as we call it, is the kind of older, not older part of the North End, but a lot of kind of smaller houses. Meanwhile, now, of course, there are some larger houses sprinkled in there as well, but as you move towards downtown, you're going to get some larger single family homes, so the price ranges can vary. Total sales and days on market 11 and 6. Showings per listing and new listing 24.5 and 9. Sale price to list price percentage 110.5%. Single family monthly comparison 370,000 versus 625,000. So basically exactly what I'm talking about there. You're going to have differing houses throughout the North End. Condo monthly comparison $409,900 and $400,900. I believe both of these stats are driven by the new build condo building that is going up down by the Navy base there. Similarly priced throughout, obviously. A little smaller square footage, but you're paying for the location. Sackville and Beaverbank. Leave this up here. Total sales and days on market 28 and 5. Showings per listing and new listing 34.2 and 29. 34.2. That's a lot of showings per listing. Sale price to list price percentage 118.3%. Single family monthly comparison $429,384 versus $427,500. Moving into the South End, the luxury, one of the luxury areas of Halifax. Obviously, Shore Drive is another nice place, and there's a couple other neighborhoods in the outer lying regions of Halifax where you're going to get some killer houses. But, you know, if you're looking for that high priced house close to downtown, near the universities, private schools, and you got Point Pleasant Park right there, South End is where you're probably going to want to be. Total sales and days on market, 5 and 18. Showings per listing and new listing, 13.6 and 5. Sale price to list price percentage, 105.5%. Single family monthly comparison is 1.575 million and 1.618 million. Condo monthly comparison, not a whole lot of condos down there, but what we have is 488,000 versus $574,900. So again, higher priced items, that list price to sale price percentage is going to be reflective of the actual dollar amount that these houses are listed at as they are, right? Sorry, I got a lot of honking in the background going on right now. But basically, you know, if you're going $50,000 over on $200,000 property, then it's going to be a lot different than if you have $50,000 over on a $1.5 million property. I wonder if you guys can hear all that honking. Spryfield and Armdale. So again, I'll leave this up here for a sec. Total sales and days on market, 9 and 7. Showings per listing and new listing, 41 and 17. Sale price to list price percentage, 120%. Single family monthly comparison, $495,500 versus $529,900. Condo monthly comparison, $367,400 and $359,000, right? So condo similar, right? Hubley and Tantallon, another great outerlying region in Halifax. Lakes, you got access to the ocean on that side. Paths, you know, trails, woods, and again, 25 minutes, right? So you're still very close to everything. Total sales and days on market, 5 and 49 respectively. Showing per listing and new listing, 23.5 and 11. Sale price to list price percentage, this is another high one, 119.4%. Single family monthly comparison, $606,750 versus $649,900. Timberlea and Beechville, another area, as you can see there, for people unfamiliar with Halifax, Bears Lake is right here. And that is kind of one of our main shopping districts on this side of the harbor. Other side would be Dartmouth Crossing. These are places where you go to big box stores, like everything you need. The only thing would be the IKEA and Cabela's if you're looking for those stores. Those specifically are in Dartmouth Crossing, but you know, you got tons of grocery stores, Walmart, Costco, all the big stuff there, Best Buy, in Bears Lake, as well as in Dartmouth Crossing. Total sales and days on market, 9 and 6. Showing per listing and new listing, 44. I think this one takes the cake, and 11. But the sale price to list price percentage is only 113.2%. Single family comparison is 445,000, left out a zero there, and 520,000. West End, we're closing her off here. 2 more slides. Again, a popular neighborhood, great houses, great schools, and you're on the peninsula, so you know it's a nice quick commute if you work downtown. Total sales and days on market, 10 and 5. Showings per listing and new listing, 22.1 and 10. Sale price to list price percentage, 109.4%. And single family monthly comparison of $507,500 and $672,713. Finally, Windsor, I always like to throw this one in. I think it's a pretty cool spot. You're only about 40 minutes from the city. And you're about 10 minutes to wine country, Wolfville, which has Acadia there. And you're basically on the Bay of Fundy, right? Beautiful area. And definitely another spot to check out if you're looking for a little bit of a slower lifestyle that is still within striking distance of the city and escape a little bit of the craziness, as you'll see here. Total sales and days on market, 11 and 16. Showings per listing and new listing, 14 and 14. It's a good sign, right? 1-to-1 ratio. And you'll see here, sale price to list price percentage, 100%. Finally, the single family monthly comparison, is $316,500 and $328,500. So the interesting thing here is obviously the Windsor agents are doing a great job of pricing out these properties, right? Where they're getting 100% of asking price. A little bit different style than what you see in the city, where agents are typically pricing below market value to drive that anxiety around purchasing, the psychology of basically bringing people into competition, right? Driving up those prices higher. It's a lot harder to get these over asking prices if you've only got 1 or 2 offers on a house than if you have 20. So yeah, other than that, I hope you all had a great January. We're getting, we're trucking away here. We're going to end up in spring in no time. I have started a TikTok as well as Instagram, Tom Moore Real Estate, if you want to follow either one of those. But if you got any other questions about some of the data that I have here, or, some data that I left out or you might be interested in, feel free to reach out to me. My info's below, and I will be sure to get that for you. Other than that, I hope you all have a great February.